It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
So, folks, he's handling $260 million of your money. He has 1,400 employees right now. He's the acting Luzerne County manager, and his name is Dave Pedri. He's been on the show before. I'd like to bring Dave on every once in a while, folks, to bring us an update of what's going on. Is this a good move? I know we had a lot of mixed emotions before we decided to go for home rule, this form of a change that we had from the commissioners. I wasn't too excited about it at the time, but however, Rick Morelli has said it was a great thing, and I think Dave Pedri feels the same. Am I correct?
Yeah, we are definitely making some steps. We're really moving forward.
All right, so you're the acting manager right now.
I am the acting county manager this time.
And I must tell you, Dave, from what I see and from what we get here and the news media, you're doing a fabulous job.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Listen, I keep my head down, I work hard, and there's a lot of shrapnel flying around out in Luzerne County, but I'll try my best always to...
You handle it so well. You're always upbeat. I mean, I'd be sort of like when I was chairman of the board of the college, I wanted to kill people every sometime,
Well, you get those moments, but you try your best.
Yeah. You have an open door policy, okay? I mean, you don't hold any secrets. There's no hidden agendas. You're just doing what you do best. Now, before I get into the details, some people, who is Dave Pedri? Give me your background a little bit. Listen,
I'm born and raised in the Hazleton area. I grew up in the Heights. Charlie and Sharon Pedri were my parents. I'll never forget what I learned in Hazleton and my friends in Hazleton always. I went to school, St. Joe's University in Philly. I went to law school at Temple University in Philadelphia. And Sam, at that point in my life, I was 24. I had the opportunity to stay in Philly, to work in some law firms, to maybe go that route. But, I had the opportunity to come back home to Luzerne County, come back home to Hazleton, and I did. And at that point, I was newly married to my beautiful wife, Holly. And we moved back home. We have a nice house in Drums where I live with my 3 children at this point. And, I took a job with the DA's office. I spent 7 years at the DA's office prosecuting cases for Luzerne County.
Well, I got to tell you, you're a substance of great parents.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You got beautiful, wonderful parents, and I'm sure if you could become half the parents that your parents were to your children, your kids are going to be terribly successful.
Well, that means a lot. It didn't always feel that way growing up.
Oh, now you know, right?
Now I see it.
All right, now, so they made the transition. Okay, you got 400. Say, all right, Charlie, you're coming in when we took over 4 years ago. Congratulations, you have a $421 million debt.
That was the biggest concern of Luzerne County.
So that means it's a heavy burden on taxpayers.
Correct.
Because we're getting clobbered the way it is. We have so many phony politicians out there telling us we're going to get away with, we're going to eliminate property taxes, eliminate school board taxes. Now there are some people really working on that.
Sure.
But there are these other people like Rendell came in and said, we're going to do this, and to me he was just a big baloney guy. It upsets me. It upsets me, Dave, because one reason. We have senior citizens that finally, when they want to retire in life, enjoy a little bit of their life. What they get clobbered with, they have to pay prescriptions, they have to pay energy. I mean, all of this, the high cost of living. Then they slap them with Social Security. They don't even give them that, you know. So they're struggling out there.
Absolutely.
So they need that break. Well, so we always have these, we're leery about this. But for $421 million, where are we at right now?
Well, I'm proud to say that in just over 4 years of Luzerne County government, the Luzerne County Council and the Luzerne County management team has been able to pay down over $100 million of that debt. So just in 4 years, we're down to under $320 million in debt that was provided to us. Listen, Sam, you have to remember, what happened is the reason why this government came into place, there was a healthy distrust of government at this point. There was the Kids for Cash scandal. There were criminal judges. There were people that were going to prison, people indictments all the time. People of Luzerne County had enough, and they wanted transparency. They wanted to see which way the government is going. They wanted to understand where their taxpayer dollars went. That's what this entire home rule government is based upon. And that's something that I've been trying to do in my time as a county manager, and as previous to this, as I worked as the chief county solicitor, try to do the same thing. Be transparent, be open. Here's what it is. We have nothing to hide, and we keep working hard.
Well, in saying that, all right, and in doing that, because your accountability is so very important. You hit the road running. I mean, you were doing it. You got yourself in order. Now you have 11 board members. Okay.
Correct.
Now there's where I always have a concern, because it turns into be like a school board. Okay. Even though Morelli would say no, but the point is, for you to get hired, you need a majority. Okay, so now do you politic for that job, or the board members say, look, let's look at if now I don't know all the board members. The ones I do know, I think are good. Okay, I mean they mean well, but if they look at performance and they look at say, well, what are the qualifications, and does this person meet the qualifications? Okay. I mean, you're a grand slam as far as I'm concerned.
I appreciate that. You're not a voting member of those.
Well, no, and I mean, I'm not. Listen, I mean, I know what you've done. I mean, you may be a nice guy. I'm just like a politician, maybe. But what are the qualifications?
Sure.
If you don't have qualifications, Dave, I don't think you qualify for this, and you've already proven that.
Well, listen, it's going to come down to there's council members. We need 7 votes, so 7 of the 11 council members have to say that I or another candidate is the next county manager, and this county manager position under this home rule of government, it is so important, Sam. It has the day-to-day operations of county government. They hire, they fire, they deal with everything that pops up. They're the CEO of a corporation. What I like to say is that Luzerne County is a service-oriented corporation. We provide 911, we provide EMA, we provide prison, we provide drug and alcohol, we provide mental health. We're a service-oriented organization, and the county manager is the CEO of that organization. It's a major burden. I hope that my name is one of those that the county council will be able to review, and I have my interview coming up, and I hope they make a good decision.
Well, if they make a decision based on performance, if they make a decision based on what you've accomplished, if they make a decision based on a personality who is able to get along with a lot of different people, because you have to deal with a lot of people, okay, then Dave Pedri has the job.
Well, thank you, Sam.
If they make a decision based on, I don't like Dave Pedri because he didn't hire my friend, and I don't like him because he did this, which goes back to the nonsense that we've had.
Correct.
And why we had the debt that we had, okay, then I say shame on them for not doing that, okay? I don't know who the other candidates are. I just know what we're doing so far. We're on the road of great success here. And you said, your obligations are heavy. You've been handling them pretty good.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm going to keep my head down. I'm going to keep working as hard as I can.
The board sets goals, okay? They come in and they say, these are the goals that we feel are good for the county, all right? Now, once they set those goals, it's for you then to fulfill those goals, correct?
Absolutely, yep. So the board sets obviously the budget, and we live within the budget. This is where we want to go. And, so many times I've worked in government, and I see these people talk the way you people, the same way you said people always talk. They talk and they talk and they never deliver.
That's right.
So what I set forth is in February 23rd, I said in 90 days we're going to set goals. And I set 14 goals. And in 90 days, we're going to get these things accomplished. And they're not life-changing things, but I'll tell you what, they are moving the county forward. We're being accountable. We're doing things like fixing the audit. We're setting up we have a homestead review that has to be completed. We're fixing our HR department in 90 days. And then we're going to meet every one of those goals by May 23rd. And on May 23rd, I'm going to schedule the next 90 days. I'm going to say where we're going to go from there. From May until August, people will know this is where we're going, and we're going to get these little wins and keep moving forward in the county. Because listen, people can talk a big game, but it's a matter of when you actually see something in paper.
It's so true. I mean, when you're there, you got a lot of yappers, okay? Sometimes board members or politicians like to say key words, the buzzwords, and oh yeah, and then you find out they're all full of malarkey to begin with, okay? 1,400 people. When we come back from break, I want to talk about some of the challenges that we face,
sure.
Okay? Where do we, the taxpayers, the people who are getting hammered every time you turn around, where could we see some relief? Because of effective management. Folks, I'm talking to Dave Pedri. He's the acting Luzerne County manager. Extremely, very important position that affects so many things that happen in the county. He just mentioned a few. I'll be back right after this. Thanks for staying with us, folks. I'm Sam Lesante. You're watching the Sam Lesante Show. 24/7, folks. You can watch all of our programs we produce, over 21 locally produced programs, probably the first in the state of Pennsylvania, for that matter, in the country, that produce a lot of local shows. Hyper-local news bring you HD also in the Service Electric Cablevision, channel 513. So if you're in the Service Electric Cablevision, tune us on in Pottsville, channel 190. Mountaintop in Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, channel 92, and also in Lackawanna County now, channel 190, every Saturday and Sunday morning from 8 to 12 p.m. are our programs. My guest today, Dave Pedri, and he is the acting manager of Luzerne County. As I said, a very important position. You have a lot on the plate. If they set a goal, and if the board members say, okay, Dave, this is what we want to achieve, I want to, et cetera, then the board members should go home and do what they have to do, make sure that you're doing what you have to do. Because once they start interfering and try to run instead of make sure that the county's being run, we have a problem. I know you're up for appointment, and I don't want to make waves, but the point is, if they are not doing that, shame on them. If they are doing that, good for them. What you've said since you've been there, the 9/11. Tell me about 911.
So we are pleased to report that our Luzerne County 911, which is staffed by some of, just really hardworking, good Luzerne County citizens who want to do what's best things for the Luzerne County citizens. We've just won a statewide award for our 911 service for a Walmart shooting incident that happened last year. This was a time when obviously it's a hectic time, it's a concerning time, it's a dangerous time. And Luzerne County 911 stepped up. We had our veteran call takers on the floor doing whatever they could to support the police and to support the district attorney's office. And it's so great to see that their hard work has been recognized by a state agency, that they've now provided an award to our Luzerne County 911. This is exactly the type of things we should be doing. These are good, hardworking individuals. And Sam, that brings me to my next point. We're looking for more. We just raised that salary for the telecommunicator to $32,000 a year. It's a good paying job. You don't need a college education. We'll train you. And Luzerne County, we have 17 openings right now for telecommunicators.
Wow.
So if anybody's interested in the viewing audience, www.luzernecounty.org is our website. We are looking for good people who want to be involved with county benefits, a county pension, and a good salary to do what's best for Luzerne County.
What's the background you said?
Just need a high school education, obviously a clear criminal background, and we'll train you how to do a very important job.
That's fabulous. Right now, are we in debt?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, but from 421, we went to
just under 320.
320. Your budget's $260 million.
Correct.
Does that include any tax increase?
At this point, there's no tax increase for 2016. Luzerne County's had 5 budgets. They've only raised taxes on 2 of those of those 2 times, 2012 and 2014. The Luzerne County Council, you alluded to Luzerne County Council, I'll tell you what, they watch the taxpayers' money like hawks. There's a budget process. We review every single line by line. It took a long time to go through a line by line budget, a $260 million budget, but we did. And we found if we could save $1,000, we're going to save $1,000.
Yes, yeah, efficiency.
And we are lean and mean at this point. At one point, Luzerne County had over 2,400 employees. That's 2,400 employees. We are now down to just over 1,400 employees, meaning that in a short time period of a couple of years, we have now cut Luzerne County staff to a lean and mean staff where we have the people who do their job, the people who are there, but there's not a lot of people waiting around, and those people work very hard.
Do you need more people in the county to fulfill the jobs that will bring income in?
Listen, absolutely. I mean, we're always looking for good people. One of the areas that we have been, that when I first got here in January was a major concern, is our children and youth. Our children and youth had an openings of over 30 openings for our caseworkers. This is our front line. Yeah. These are our people who go out there in the middle of the night to help children to do the right things. And we had over 30 openings. I'm proud to say that we're down to only 9 openings at this point. Those individuals, we need good people, we need caseworkers, and we're trying to do our best to do for them. In addition, we've just finally filled up our planning and zoning office. Our planning and zoning office can bring in revenue. We can charge people to review plans. We can charge businesses for when they're doing construction. We are now fully staffed in the planning and zoning department for the first time in a long time. We're making the steps we need to make, and we're moving forward.
Like any business, I know every week here, my daughter and son conduct meetings here, and we have each department come in and they review departments. They know what we have to do in areas. Now, how often do you meet with your department heads, and how accountable are they to you so you know that they're doing what they should be doing?
I have a standard meeting with our division heads every 2 weeks, and in addition, I meet with our department heads at least one a day if on something popping up. Obviously, the election just occurred. We met with the election bureau director, worked with her, went over everything with her, and then next month we're going to sit down with her and figure out, here's what went right in the April 2016 election, here's what went wrong, here's the reason why it went wrong, and here's how we're going to fix it so it never happens again. We're going to take all these things and we're going to learn from our mistakes. We're going to do things smarter in Luzerne County. We're going to put processes in place so that people understand where we're going. We're not going to be just saying, well, this is just the way it always was, so forget it. No, there has to be a better way to do things, and we're going to find it.
What are your major challenges right now, Dave?
Well, obviously the budget. We live within this very, very tight budget, and we live within that time period. But our challenges are really reaching out to individuals to make sure that people know that Luzerne County is there for them. When you pick up that phone at a very difficult time in your life, there's a Luzerne County 911 operator on the other side. EMA, our Emergency Management Association. If something happens, Luzerne County will be there for that. Our children and youth, our mental health, all these individuals give of themselves every single day, and we live within our budget. We're trying to show accountability to our citizens. You know, Luzerne County has a self-esteem problem, Sam. We've been beaten down so long, and we're always concerned about corruption, and we're always trying to do these things. It's up to us as county employees, it's up to us as public servants to show people this is where we're going, this is how we're doing things, and we're doing things the right way. And, you know, as the acting county manager, I've been trying as best I can to show people we're trying to do some good things.
I see it happening, especially in the judicial area. Listen to me, easy to say, with the judges, you know, and you could see that there's just been such a uplifting, you know, and we have the finest judges, I think, in the state of Pennsylvania. Accountability is important, and when you're bringing your department heads in, it's important, I think, that you surround yourself with people who know what they're doing in respective departments, okay? And forgetting about, well, I don't like him because he's a Democrat or Republican, or he's Italian, he's Polish. That's crap that I think that should be definitely. Does the person have the qualifications for the job so they can be accountable to the county? Now, you've been very good in doing that, surrounding yourself with people.
I've been lucky.
No, I think you've been smart. Okay, you know, harder work, the luckier you become. I think you've been smart in knowing what to do. And, you know, do board members call you and say, I want Sam Lesante in that position?
Our council has been so great because they know that in the charter, they're to steer clear of the hiring, firing. Okay. And I haven't received those phone calls.
Good. I'm glad to hear that because I think that's incredible. I think they should set the goal, what you should do.
Sure.
And make sure you're accountable for that, okay? Meanwhile, it trickles down to your people. Are they accountable to what they're doing?
The way I see it, it's a board of directors and a CEO. The board says this is where we want to go, this is the understanding where we be, and this is how the budget you're going to live within. The CEO has to follow through.
Folks, I'm talking to Dave Pedri. He's the acting Luzerne County manager. Hopefully become the full-time manager. Is doing extremely well. That's my opinion, but check his record. Don't worry, don't listen to what Sam Lesante has to say, but check his record. And it affects you, okay? We come back, let's talk about maybe senior citizens, maybe some things that we're, how we could help, okay? Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us, folks. I'm Sam Lesante. Remember, my email is sam@ssptv.com. My guest today is Dave Pedri, who is the acting Luzerne County manager. Major position, budget of $260 million he has to attribute. They brought the debt down from $421 million. What are we at now?
Just under 320.
Okay. So listen, they're my favorite, you know, my favorite people, those people who are seniors when I say seniors, people retired, okay? People work, as I say, they work hard, they try to do their best, and they get slammed by lying politicians, okay? Hence why Trump is doing so well. Not supporting him, but he's just saying, I'm not obligated to anybody. You know, you may hate me, but I'm going to straighten these things out, okay? And I think he will. But again, whatever happens, happens. Dave, senior citizens, what are you doing to help them?
Well, we have the Luzerne County Area Agency on Aging, and we have separate senior centers throughout the county. In the Pittston, the Hazelton area, we have a Nanacoke one. We have, I think we have 7 throughout the entire county. And these are centers where our seniors can go. They can get information. They can sit down with their friends. We have bingo. We have bus trips. You know, these are the golden moments of these people's lives. We should make it as easy as possible for them.
Isn't that the truth?
You know, I mean, like, here's a perfect example. I was walking in from the courthouse one day, and in the back parking lot, a senior citizen stopped me, and she was concerned of where to park. She didn't know where to go. So I said, hey, listen, we're paving our back parking lot in the courthouse. But when we do, I'm going to put up a special sign just so we have a 15-minute, 30-minute parking for those individuals who need to get into the courthouse on a very easy to get in and out. You know, it's the little things like parking. There's no reason why we have to have our seniors walk across the street and do these things in order to file something, in order to get a gun permit, in order to do something here at the courthouse. Our courthouse experience, we have to add customer service to Luzerne County. We need to make sure that our seniors and those customers come into Luzerne County and they have a good experience when they're there.
We talk about additional revenue, okay? And so once again, review with me, how is the county going out without raping anybody, I mean, but trying, as far as finance is concerned, how are we obtaining additional revenue?
Sure, well, there's a couple, our charter says you can only raise taxes 8% a year. And in the 5 years of Luzerne County home rule government, we've only had to raise them one time of 8%. One time was a 2% increase. Those tax increases are very slow and they're hard to come by. One area that I've said that we have to take a look at is what's called a payment in lieu of taxes. And these are for nonprofits in the area, specifically colleges. Our colleges, they utilize Luzerne County services, 911, EMA. They use all of those services. And I've sat down with these colleges and I'm asking them to bring in additional revenue into Luzerne County. That's a good opportunity for us not to have to go back to the taxpayers and to continue to provide the services that we have to provide in order to do our jobs.
Mm-hmm. So you're assessing this all the time. You're reviewing, you know, everyone has a different budget, correct?
Absolutely.
And they're all living within their budgets. And, you know, I know what it means when you're starting to cut. You know, if you cut here sometime, it's okay to cut fat, but when you get into the muscle and you start hitting the bone, then you're crippling people.
It's difficult, and we're running very lean right now.
Yeah.
We've cut a lot of places.
The biggest challenge that Luzerne County faces is what?
Definitely our debt, and definitely our self-esteem. Luzerne County needs to understand we have good people in Luzerne County. I've been going out talking to the high schools for County Government Month. I'm trying to get impressed upon them that when our high school seniors, when they say things like, oh, well, they should fix this, they should do something, I want them to know there is no they. It's me, and it's you, and it's us, and it's your teachers, and it's your parents. It's all of us together. This is our chance to really fix it. This is our chance to do something. So we're trying to engage the workforce. We're trying to engage these seniors. We're trying to engage the high school students. We as a community need to come together and work together. Luzerne County is a phenomenal place to live. I choose to raise my children here. I choose to live here. I choose to work here, and I'm honored to do so.
If we, you know, and same here. I mean, what I have here should be in New York City, Philadelphia. I'm not bragging, but the point of the high def, you know, all the latest in technology. People come and say, they thought they'd be a little yokel type. But however, we choose to be here, okay,
right,
in Hazelton because of the great people in Luzerne County, okay? I think you can, if you travel like I did, you come back, believe me, you'll come back to Luzerne County because the people are great. I'm just hoping, Dave, that, you know, I know your enthusiasm is contagious. Your personality is contagious. They see a person who is vibrant. They see a person who is doing the job, not only talking, but doing the job. And I applaud you for that.
Well,
I really do.
I appreciate Sam. Listen, I said I only have one speed. I'm going to keep moving forward. This is what it is.
Well, those kids will keep you going, too.
Between baseball and soccer, we were quite busy.
Well, I wish you the best. And if the board is smart, they're going to put you on as full-time manager. That would be my vote. So believe me when I tell you.
Thank you for the kind words.
And remember, the thing is, when you become the full-time manager, I talked to you about advisory boards. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people out there in the county that are brilliant, that are just sitting around, just enjoying life, and they're retired. They'd like to do something, not full-time. But there's a wealth of, especially with seniors, there's a wealth of information out there. Take advantage of it if you could.
I will.
That's something to look at. Dave Pedri, folks. He's the acting Luzerne County manager. Hopefully, within the future, he'll be the full-time manager. We'll see you next time.